I started my first business when I was just 8 years old. I failed at my first business a few minutes later. Let me tell you the story. So I was 8 years old in 1987 and I was a total nerd. Back in the days when being a nerd could lead to grievous bodily harm. But anyway, beside the point, that meant I spent most of my afternoons in the library. So when the idea popped up one Sunday afternoon that I wanted to start a business, of course the logical go-to was start a library, right? Because everyone knows libraries are absolute cash cows, right? I mean, libraries are absolute cash cows, right? Anyway, I started a library. And what I did was I had an old play bench in my bedroom that I took and stacked in front of my bedroom door. And I had an old date stamp that my dad had brought home from work one day for the previous year, but that didn't matter. So I then went throughout the house, every bedroom, the living room, wherever I could. I took every book, magazine, newspaper, anything I could find. That included some romance novel that my mum was actively reading at the time, my dad's crossword dictionary book, and my brother's stack of music magazines, Top 40, an old music magazine we had here in South Africa back in the 80s and 90s. And that included the latest copy. I took everything, abducted it to my room, kept it there. So eventually, a few minutes later, my dad arrived looking for his crossword dictionary. Obviously, my bedroom was the last place he thought to look, but ironically, the place where he found it. So he came to me and asked for a crossword dictionary, and I had my pitch ready. Certainly, sir, we have a crossword dictionary for you. That will be 50 cents for 2 weeks. My dad looked at me with something between amusement and utter disappointment. But to his credit, he didn't want to stifle his youngest son's entrepreneurial spirit, so he went to his bedroom and came back with an old tarnished 50-cent coin. I was all smiles, I was very happy. I had made my first profit. Clean profit, no expenses. That's the best way to make a profit. So I was smiling. And a few minutes later, my second customer showed up. My 17-year-old rugby player brother came looking for his stack of music magazines. So, of course, I had my pitch ready. It had proven to be perfect before, so why change it? And I said, certainly, sir. Of course, we have the latest copy of the Top 40, as well as a bunch of back copies. That will be 50 cents each for 2 weeks. My brother's response was somehow less enthusiastic than my father's. He looked at me for a few seconds, then bent down, grabbed the library counter, picked it up, stepped over me, put it down, grabbed his magazines, and stepped over me again on his way out. That was the end of my entrepreneurial attempts for a while. So, it was a disaster, but there were some lessons in there for me that I can look back at. Number one, have a product that's actually worth selling. Something people will actually want. Something they preferably don't already have. And even better, something they didn't have that you stole to sell back to them. That's not really the best way to do business. Point B, never confuse revenue with profit. I made 50 cents that day, but I lost my family's respect and a whole lot of self-respect in the process. And numero tres, failure isn't fatal. You can recover from even the worst setback and the most humiliating business experience if you just take that experience and learn from it. Or even better, learn from someone else's experience and failures, which is what I hope you did today. Thanks for watching.